Welcome to Steve's Kitchen again. Today is all about how important your kitchen is. Your kitchen is the most important room in your house. Remember, if you don't really understand how your kitchen works, chances are you've lost control of your health. We've spoken about this before, how wonderful the human body is. Most of us always think of it as the Milky Way to be the most special creation ever made. But the human body is far much complicated and such a beautiful creation of nature that is unbelievable. Let's talk about facts. Number one here is every 90 days, you've got new blood. Every 11 months, you've got new cells, which means all your organs are new. Your heart, your liver, your kidneys. Every 2 years, you've got new bones. What does that mean? It means that you are a new creature every 2 years. Everything in you is brand new. Now the question is, and the question that most people always ask me is, why do we get old? We get old purely because of what we put in. Food has got two functions. Either it promotes disease or it attacks disease. Food has to be eaten for health. We have to eat specifically with that in mind. Now, majority of people, and if you ask a lot of people, when was the last time, and this is a personal question from me to you, when was the last time you had a home-cooked meal? Majority of people don't. They eat jumbles in the microwave. They buy takeaways. You're lucky to eat one cooked meal at home. So if you're not spending a lot of time in the kitchen, then chances are you're going to be in trouble. Now remember, how you treat your body in your 20s will determine how your body treats you in your 40s. There's no free pass. So you can't just keep on eating whatever you want, sleeping in, drinking, smoking, and doing that, and then expect to have a great golden years. Let me bring you here on how I do this. Inflammation is one of the biggest causes of pain and one of the biggest pharmaceutical profit generating section. Inflammation is simply where your body starts to fight any foreign invaders. But most of us only take charge or take notice of inflammation when it's acute. When you have a broken bone, when you have an open wound, when something happens and you're in severe pain is when we take charge. But if there is no acute inflammation which forces immediate reaction or response, most of us live with chronic inflammation. Now, chronic inflammation is where you get a lot of your problems in terms of high blood pressure, it's inflammation. Diabetes is inflammation. Heart problems is inflammation. Your body is such a loyal servant that all it wants to do is make you happy. Your body is a great servant, but a horrible master. The minute you turn things around, where you didn't take care of it and all of a sudden your body has to fight back, trust me, my friend, then you're in trouble. You've heard of people saying so and so died from a heart attack. That's a misnomer. It doesn't work like that. Your body will never attack you. Your body just wants to serve you. When you wake up in the morning and you stretch, your body just feels good. When you step on that cold floor, your body feels good. When you go for that run, it gives you these endorphins just to help you feel better. So you'll never have a heart attack. You attack your heart because you didn't take care of your body and all of a sudden the heart gives up. Can you remember and can you think that your heart is the only organ in your body that will never take a break from the very first day that you were conceived? So how will it turn against you unless it's you that is not serving it and all of a sudden it packs up? To make sure that we kill inflammation, which most people always do by normally taking tablets and doing all this, let's use a normal way of doing it where we're going to attack your chronic inflammation, the inflammation that you have in your joints, your lower back, stiffness in your shoulders, your high blood pressure, all those things that you don't relate with inflammation. And because you don't relate with them with inflammation, you've made taking pills to be a normal way of life. We live in a society where we have a pill for every pain. Now let me bring you to a natural way of doing that. Now if you look at my shopping here, I've got mushroom here. Everything here is natural. I've got vegetables here. This is a stir-fry vegetables, and you can see in it I've got a mixture of a couple of things that I'm going to be able to cook. It's all mixed. I've got juliated carrots, I've got sliced spinach, I've got some tender stems. Same thing with this. Everything is all mixed up. So I'm going to steam this, and I'll start with a very easy process. As we do this, how you cook your food determines the amount of nutrients you have. So I'll take this, I'll put it into a steamer. I'll take one of this, and you'll notice one of the things that I do here, I'm not a fan of peppers. If you like peppers, it's all good, but I hate peppers. I don't like them. They make me very bloated. So this, I'll always take them out and chuck them. I'll chuck the peppers, then I take the rest, I put it together with the mushrooms. I'm going to steam this for exactly 5 minutes. Nothing more. 5 minutes is good for me. It's on. While I'm doing there, I'll be busy deboning my chicken. So remember, I've got that. I've got spinach today, but my favorite one normally is kale. We ran out of kale. I couldn't get kale anywhere. I'll try get it sometime. But if you have to choose between spinach and kale, always go for kale. I've got chicken here. Now, if you look at this, I've got little protein and a very big ample serving of greens. That's the point of doing that, is just completely to make sure that I'm controlling my body's pH. I don't want to be too acidic, because when you're too acidic, that's when you become too inflammatory. You have a lot of joint pains. So for this one chicken, I'm going to be able to mix with all these vegetables, which neutralizes everything. But in the meantime, I'm going to share my chicken with my dog here. You can see he's waiting for it. I will debone it, and then the rest, he makes sure that there is no waste. It's two happy people. I get my part, he gets his. This is how I do this very quickly. Just debone it with my hands. It's a very quick process. This chicken is already roasted, so it doesn't need a lot of cooking. It just makes my life easy. It's very easy. Share this. And you see Saddam and Shakira, they're down there. Yeah, these guys are waiting. They are waiting. They know there's chicken. So, what to do? It's partnership. I cook, they eat. This whole process takes me exactly 30 minutes. And I'll have enough meals for the next 4 days. Unless people eat my food, I'll have food for the next 4 days. It is your responsibility to take care of your health. It's not your doctor's responsibility. Most of us feel safer if we have medical insurance. What is the point of paying 5,000 rands a month for medical insurance, which is more reactive after something bad? It's after the fact kind of insurance that you have. If I get sick, which you will, because if you're not taking care of yourself, rather than being proactive and making sure that you prepare your meals, do exercise and take care of it. Life, as you know, life is a gift. Life is a gift. Life is not a chore. But if you take life casually, my friend, you're going to end up being a casualty. It's not your doctor's job to take care of your health. It's not your wife's job to take care of your health. It is your own responsibility. Because when it comes to the last day, when you're in front of your maker, the one that gave you life, he's not going to ask your doctor how you spend your life and why did you abuse it. He's going to ask you. He will ask you, how could you trust your own doctor that was in so much bad shape, a doctor that has got diabetes himself, a doctor that himself has got heart problems? How could you trust him to take care of your health? There is no excuse, my friend. Yeah, there is no excuse. Before, we used to suffer because of lack of knowledge. We didn't know much. And anything that I know about nutrition, anything that I know about exercise, this is a gift from God that I have to share with others. The more I share, the more revelation that I get. So yours is to listen to me, and yours is for you to make sure that you also do the same thing that I'm doing. You have to love yourself. You will never be able to fulfill your destiny, your purpose in this life, if you're not at the best shape of your life, because it takes energy for you to fulfill your purpose. It takes energy for you to fulfill your dreams. It takes energy. We're all going to die at some point, but it's so bad. And as I always say, death is not the biggest loss to mankind. The biggest loss is always to be alive and live without purpose. The biggest loss is not blindness. The biggest loss is having eyes and no vision. Those are the biggest problems when it comes to life. And thus it all starts with this. Yours is to make sure that you have to prolong this one life that you've been given. Remember, you don't die once. You live every day and you die once. So every single day, you have to do what is necessary to make sure that you live a long, healthy life, so that you have enough energy for you to be able to do as much as you can. If you take care of your health, living once is good enough. You don't need and believe in reincarnation. Most people believe in reincarnation while they're busy murdering their own lives. They're busy committing suicide. But when people commit suicide, we're always very harsh and we always say all these things about them. But most of us are killing ourselves. The only difference is suicide, somebody does it instantly, but the way we eat, the way we don't rest, the way we compete against each other unnecessarily, the way we drink, the way we watch all these things that destroy our minds, that's still committing suicide. So what is the difference? Why are we so hard on the people that commit instant suicide, while you yourself are busy killing yourself? So this one here is done. If you look at this one here, it's already my 5 minutes, it's done. I make sure that I don't cook it for too long because I want all the goodness to stay in. Get rid of it here. I'm gonna put in this. I mix all this together. Chicken now with this. Chicken is already cooked. So after fixing this, and I'll have a meal ready. I can see this is the end product, and here I've got olive oil. I'm gonna put an ample serving of olive oil. Most people are too afraid to eat fat. But remember, fat doesn't make you fat. It's only sugar that does. With this, my meals are set. So you should be able to. This is the second one that we're going to do this. Same thing. I'm taking out all the papers. I hate papers, as I say. I'm going to put it in here. Our bodies are inflamed from the foods, from all the plastics, all the chloride in our toothpaste. Going for another 5 minutes. Now in here, to make it soft, in the chicken, to make it soft, I've got saltless light sauce here. Just gives it some tangy taste. I will add in some I've got some hot stuff for me here. Focus. I've got some hot stuff for me here. And when this is done, I'm going to show you the finished product. Thank you. Prepare your meals easy in 5 minutes. This can be my dinner, can be my lunch. I'll have at least 2 servings every single day, 1 big serving each meal. And you know what? I'm not hungry. It brings me to a very easy question: why do you eat? You eat because food is fuel, not to serve. Eating is not a hobby. See ya. Remember, we're sharing the meal. So down from this side. Sit, Shakira. Sit. Sit. Thank you, Lord, for this food. May it make my body healthy and strong. There's so many dogs out there without food. Amen. Eat. Eat, girl. Good girl. This one, she's gonna eat. Takes her sweet time. So it's only when Saddam finishes she gets scared that he's gonna eat her food, but she will. Okay.